Hi, today is one of those greatest days of which I woke up and thought of the person that we always carry inside our mind, that nagging voice that we always have whenever if we're seated, whenever if we're about to do something, whenever if we're about to take a certain decision, or we always carry that thing which is called the inner voice. Not this voice, but the voice inside you or me. So today's topic is all about the power of our inner voice. Our mind is a powerful tool that can be our greatest ally or our worst enemy. My name is Suprise, and welcome to Let's Reflect. The internal monologue that we have with ourselves can either be supportive or critical. It's essential to understand the significance of our inner voice and how we can use it to bring the positive changes in our lives. In my case, it was a loud ah or ah as one part of my brain urged another to stop procrastinating. This internal battle cry was both helpful and harmful. It reminded me that I shouldn't be wasting time, but made me feel bad about my work ethic and about myself. It made me to see the world in a negative perspective and to do less in improving myself and from pursuing my goals. According to Kross, healthy self-talking is critical for our growth as it helps us to focus our attention, rehearse challenging situations, understand our lives better, and shape our own identity. Most of us have an inner voice, the voice that talks to us all the time. It's like running commentary of our thoughts, emotions, experience. Sometimes it can be helpful. And sometimes it can also be encouraging or discouraging. While other times it can be also have a negative self-critical view. We often hear things like, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, or I will never achieve any of my goals. These negative thoughts can hold us back from living our best lives. They are much more dangerous to us as they may get us in one place without improving as a human. And this is dangerous because this is a negative side of the inner voice. And sometimes it can also make us to have a low self-esteem of ourselves. But the good thing is that we can change our inner voice because we have the power to change it. And it starts with persuading our thoughts. We have to persuade our thoughts all the time. We have the power to control our thoughts and emotions. By focusing on a positive talk, we can transform our inner voice into something that we would use it to encourage ourselves whenever if we're facing a certain challenge. Healthy self-talk is important for our growth as it helps us to focus our attention, rehearse challenging situations, understand our lives better, and shape our identity. So, how can it change our inner voice? That's a big question that we always need to ask ourselves. First, we need to be aware of our thoughts and emotions. We need to recognize when our inner voice is negative and self-critical. Once we become aware of our negative thoughts, we can challenge them with positive affirmations. We have to always have affirmations. I, for myself, I always write something down about myself. And I always write something down in a positive way, not to self-critique myself, but to make sure that even when if I self-critique myself, I look the gaps where I need to improve myself. And that thought is the one that always constantly revisit my mind. And I always have to make sure that I have to self-improve myself. I need not to be self-ashamed of my image. And for sometimes, for example, if you are hearing yourself saying, I'm not good enough, challenge that thought by saying, I am good enough. And I can achieve my goals, and always try to be positive about yourself, even when you know everything is negative. Be the biggest self in each and every challenging situation. It's also important to surround ourselves with positive people and environments. When we are around uplifting and supportive people, it's easier to maintain a positive inner voice. We also need to practice self-care and self-love. Engage in activities that will make us happy. Take care of our physical selves and mental health. And treat yourself with kindness and compassion. And in most cases, we tend to forget ourselves. We tend to beat ourselves down. We tend to not take ourselves out. Take yourself out. Go for that alone dinner. Go out for alone date. And sometimes you need to make sure that you meditate, you sit down, you read a book, and never ever look at yourself in a negative way. And make sure that the people that you surround yourself with are not toxic. Those are not the people that are going to judge you whenever if you have done something wrong. If ever there's something that is bothering you, if your inner voice can't convince you in somehow, go somewhere, go to take a vacation, go go and meet different people, new people, go meet strangers, go to other people. If you have made a mistake, go to other people. If you find that you can't share anything with those people that you know for sure that will change you, or you will sit down and talk to, go somewhere else and talk to a stranger. Maybe a stranger is going to give you something different to any other thing, which is going to change your inner voice and persuade it in a positive way. So don't find yourself stuck in one environment, because sometimes those environments that we are in most cases, they will make us feel bad ourselves. So if ever you are in an environment which is not positive for you, change it. Look for something that will bring happiness in your inner voice. Make sure that you engage in physical activities. Make sure that you treat yourself in a good way. Don't be critical about your self-image, and make sure that you always persuade your inner voice to be the voice of which is always going to be in a positive way. In conclusion, our inner voice is a powerful tool that can either uplift us or hold us back. By focusing on positive self-talk, we can transform our inner voice into a supportive and encouraging one. Remember to be aware of your thoughts and emotions. Challenge negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Surround yourself with positive people and environment, and practice self-care and love. That's all that I have for today. I hope you will be able to watch this video and find something thoughtful about it. And remember, your inner voice is much more powerful. It can either change you or destroy you. So use it in a thoughtful way. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. I would like you to share this video as much as you can, and please don't forget to subscribe. Peace.